Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our journey through Genesis. Today, we're diving into two incredibly powerful chapters, 38 and 39. It might seem like we're taking a detour from Joseph's story, but as we'll see, these two chapters are placed side by side for a very important reason. They present a stunning contrast in character and choices. Let's start with chapter 38. The focus shifts from Joseph to his brother, Judah. Remember Judah? He was the one who suggested selling Joseph into slavery. Now we find him making a series of questionable decisions. He marries a Canaanite woman, which was against the family's tradition, and has 3 sons. The story takes a tragic turn as his first 2 sons die, leaving his daughter-in-law, Tamar, twice widowed and childless. According to the customs of that time, Judah's 3rd son was supposed to marry Tamar to continue the family line and provide for her. But Judah, fearing for his last son, sends Tamar away with a false promise. He essentially abandons his responsibility to her. This is where the story gets really dramatic. Tamar, desperate and wronged, takes matters into her own hands. She disguises herself and positions herself where she knows Judah will pass. Judah, not recognizing her, makes a proposition, and she cleverly secures his personal seal, cord, and staff as a pledge for payment. 3 months later, when Tamar is found to be pregnant, Judah, full of self-righteous anger, demands she be punished. But then Tamar presents the evidence, the seal, the cord, and the staff. "I am pregnant by the man who owns these," she says. The truth hits Judah like a ton of bricks. He has to publicly admit, "She is more righteous than I am." It's a moment of profound humiliation, and hopefully the beginning of a transformation for Judah. He's confronted with his own hypocrisy and failure to act justly. Now let's switch gears to chapter 39. The scene shifts back to Egypt, and we pick up with Joseph. He's been sold to Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's high-ranking officials. And right away we see a stark contrast to Judah. Even as a slave in a foreign land, Joseph's character shines. The Bible says the Lord was with Joseph, and he prospered. Everything he touched succeeded, so much so that Potiphar put him in charge of his entire household. Joseph was trustworthy, diligent, and full of integrity. But this is where his character is truly tested. Potiphar's wife notices Joseph, who is described as handsome, and she repeatedly tries to seduce him. Day after day, she pressures him. But Joseph's response is a masterclass in integrity. He tells her, "My master has entrusted everything to me. How could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" Notice his focus, his loyalty to his master, Potiphar, and even more importantly, his accountability to God. He's not just worried about getting caught. He's concerned with doing what is right in God's eyes. The pressure culminates in a final aggressive confrontation. She grabs his cloak, but Joseph literally runs away, leaving his garment in her hand. He chooses to flee from temptation rather than entertain it for a second. In her fury and shame, Potiphar's wife falsely accuses Joseph, using his own cloak as false evidence. Just like Tamar used Judah's items as true evidence, Potiphar's wife uses Joseph's cloak as a lie. And the consequence? Joseph, the innocent man, is thrown into prison. From a human perspective, it's a terrible injustice. He did the right thing and was punished for it. But even in prison, the story repeats itself. The Lord was with him. He finds favor with the prison warden and is soon put in charge of the other prisoners. So what do we learn from putting these two stories together? We see 2 brothers, Judah and Joseph, facing very different yet profound moral tests. Judah gives in to his desires and fails his responsibilities, only admitting his wrongdoing when confronted with undeniable proof. Joseph, on the other hand, consistently resists temptation, choosing faithfulness to God and man, even when it costs him his freedom. These chapters challenge us to think about our own lives. When we face temptation or difficult choices, will we be like Judah, taking the easy way out? Or will we be like Joseph, standing firm in our integrity, trusting that even in the prisons of life, God is with us and can bring good out of any situation. It's a powerful lesson in character, consequences, and the unwavering faithfulness of God. Thanks so much for joining me today. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into these ancient texts. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.